More trouble for veterans. A VA watchdog group reporting that the issues at the VA are continuing. Hospitals in Texas, it is alleged, manipulated wait times for hundreds of vets. Sometimes they delayed them for months. And, you know, it's been, this type of thing has been documented many times before. We have a U.S. Army veteran here in the studio with us, J.R. Martinez. And I don't know what this tells us. That, by the way, good to see you, J.R., and thank you for coming in. It's just like another issue on top of all the other issues that we've had. What do you make?
Exactly. First and foremost, if I may, Connell, just want to send Neil my best wishes.
Of course.
I've known him for a very long time, and he's become someone that I respect. And so, Neil, you and your family, wishing you the best, and hopefully get back in the studio soon.
Absolutely.
Even though I'm sure you're enjoying the time here.
No, not at all. I mean, Neil's, he really is. He's one of the best people in the world. He really is.
But essentially to this issue, I think what you're starting to see is you're starting to see this snowball effect because there's no accountability being held. I mean, from the Phoenix scandal 2 years ago, and the director that was in place there, Sharon, she wasn't fired, she wasn't removed, and she was allowed to be in that position. And then she recently, as in a month ago or so, right, I believe she was removed from her job because then they found other allegations against her where she was essentially receiving gifts of money in the sum of like $50,000. And so, you know, think about how if you would have removed her, if you would have held her accountable, how you would have prevented all of this from happening. And until there's accountability, until we give the power to the VA, until Secretary McDonald ultimately says, hey, we're going to start doing this, and we're going to pretty much have this no tolerance policy, you're just going to see people that's just going to hide behind the protection of the law and how they can't be removed.
Some people would say it's like an argument that government shouldn't even be doing this, that it should be more, you know, at least partially privatized or even fully privatized to the medical care that's being provided to veterans. Are you in that camp? Would you like to see something like that, or would that cause even more problems?
Be able to go away from the VA and go into a civilian sector? Absolutely, and that's the choice program. That was the program that they've already unveiled, and they're doing that. But you're starting to see like a lot of these private, they're not being paid by the VA. A lot of them aren't, the payment's not being done, so what they end up doing, they back out of the whole program because they're like, you know, we want to help veterans, but
you think we should just do away with it completely? I mean, it just start something new, or I think
the VA has done a great job, and I think they have done. I think there has been improvement since the conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan started. I think what it really just comes down to is accountability.
Yeah, fix it. Make people accountable.
Make people accountable. I mean, you know, Sharon, she talked about how she was passionate about veterans. Well, she truly is not. She's truly passionate about her own objectives and what she's trying to accomplish in herself. And I think when Secretary McDonald misspoke and he said his words, and I think he's truly passionate about veterans, but when he compared it to the Disney, you know, it's like, Secretary McDonald, you know better than that, and you are a better man than that. And I think from him all the way down, we just need to start holding people accountable. I mean, today marks the anniversary of the GI Bill. 72 years ago, it was put in place. And here, right now, there's a $3.4 billion cut to the GI Bill. I'm a college student. The last time I was here with Neil a month ago, I told him I'm going to college now. That potentially could maybe not affect me, but it's going to affect the next veteran. It's going to affect the next family member. What's next? When do we start caring about this? And what people need to understand at home watching that become infuriated by this story that's continuously being repeated is to understand how we need you. As civilians, we need you as grateful Americans to veterans that have served and their families to join us and help our voice be heard, because we've all seen that when we come together, we become passionate about something, things start to happen. Yeah. We need people to just support us. And I work with IAVA, Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, and they're constantly in D.C., constantly with Congress, constantly with the President, just saying, hey, we need to essentially kind of challenge them and not allow them to think that we're pushovers.
Right. You make your points very well, J.R. Thank you so much for coming in, and good luck with everything.
Hopefully we're not here again talking about
Well, that's the thing. It's repetitive, right, for all the wrong reasons. J.R. Martinez, thank you.